Hi, willkommen zurück zu unseren Videotalks. Heute zu Gast ist Professor Robert Hattemer. Und da die Module auf Englisch sind, let's switch to English. Hi Robert.
Hi Lily.
Welcome to our hopefully very comfortable interview couch.
Yeah, couch is pretty good.
Yeah, it is good. To start off, would you maybe like to introduce yourself to our viewers out there?
Sure. My name is Robert Hattemer and I teach 5 different courses here at accadis, 2 in the bachelor program where you had me, and then 3 in the master's program.
Wow, and for how many years are you at accadis now?
13 years.
13 years, wow.
Yeah, started in 2008.
And what brought you here in the first place?
That was a referral. There was a person who was teaching cross-cultural management, and she went back to the United States, and so accadis was looking, and Professor Schule, who was a colleague of mine at the University of Applied Sciences and Mines, recommended that I interview here. I did, and now I'm teaching a little bit more than cross-cultural management.
And now you're here, yeah. Now, in the bachelor's program, you teach International Management 1 and 2. Could you maybe briefly explain to us what the students learn there?
Yeah, in International Management 1, you sort of have a holistic view of management, and that's sort of taught in the very, very beginning of the bachelor program, where I basically give you an outlook as to where did management originate, what are the skills that are needed, what are the managerial traits. We have a big block on strategy. We look at important topics such as ethics and managing a business ethically, and then we also try to address the challenge of motivating and leading employees. So it's really sort of a International Management 1, sort of a whole holistic view of what it means to run a business.
And what about Management 2?
There we try to then build upon the frameworks that we had in Management 1, especially on the topic of strategy, and I try to convey more specialized strategy models to students, and then we link that to innovation management and to digital business, because let's face it, nowadays companies need to also have a digital strategy. In addition to that, we also focus on cross-cultural management. How do we work in a globalized environment as we interact with members from other cultures?
And you mentioned that you also teach in the master's program. Could you maybe tell us a little bit about that as well?
Yeah, there we have sort of 2 different courses dealing with applied global strategies. So think of a company, a multinational company such as Fresenius from Bad Homburg, vis-a-vis Nestle. How do they organize their business so that they are truly global? What does that mean for strategy? Can they use the same strategy worldwide, or do they need to locally adapt their strategy? So that's 2 different courses on that. And then a course on international leadership, which entails then also managing employees across cultures, managing virtual teams, which of course is very relevant these days, and what are different approaches to leadership.
Yeah, that definitely sounds very interesting. Now, but what would you say would be your favorite topic to teach?
Overall, it is something related to either strategy or related to leadership topics.
And since you are lecturing for 13 years now, and I think we all experience that you very much enjoy it, could you maybe tell me what the appeal is of working with young adults for you?
To help me stay young, if you will. The point is that I can learn so much from your generation. There are topics such as digital business where you are a lot more native than I am, and I continuously learn from you. Students writing papers on such and such a company, doing presentations on another company, so I really stay up to date on a lot of the things that you take for granted, but that my generation not necessarily thinks always of.
Yes, especially in addition to that, your classes really are very interactive. We always had discussions, but also group works. Now, could you maybe describe your teaching style in 3 adjectives for me, please?
Why don't you write 3 down? I give you 3 and then we compare.
Or
you say check mark. I would say interactive.
Yes, definitely.
Applied.
Yeah.
And hopefully energetic.
Yeah, I would agree with them.
Cool.
Now, what would be a piece of advice that you could give to someone who just started studying?
Study what you really enjoy. Don't study something that someone told you you ought to do this or you ought to do that. Law is great for you, or medicine.
Yeah.
If you don't enjoy it, you're going to be sort of 3 years in the penal colony. So you really need to give it some time, let it grow on you, and see which of the aspects of business do you really like. And as you develop that interest, then you can sort of grow and grow into that role. And some of you students, right, you can tell, wow, they read the paper, they are up to date on this. This is sort of what they really enjoy. Others who are studying sort of, because they don't know what else to study, that's a little problem.
Yeah,
right?
I can definitely agree with you on that. Now, and what would be a tip that you could give maybe the bachelor students for your modules?
Read the paper on a daily basis, be totally open-minded, right? Reflect after each session, sort of what are the concepts that we covered, how do the concepts resonate with you, where do you see examples of companies following this or not following that, and sort of just thinking in a very qualitative fashion how that resonates with you.
Yeah. And maybe a little tip from me, just participate. Participate in the classes and you're going to definitely gain something from it. Now, my last question to you would be, since you always taught us about strategies and management, well, what would be a strategy, in your opinion, to survive studying or survive the bachelor's degree?
Survive is the wrong term, isn't it?
It sounds a little harsh.
It shouldn't be sort of a fight for survival. No. As you remember, when we had strategy, we said strategy starts with having a long-term goal and is the way how to reach that goal. So if I were to give you some advice, I wouldn't say my strategy is to survive a degree program, or my strategy is that I, in 3 years, have a degree.
Yeah.
Your goal should be very different. Your goal should be, after 3 years, I want to have learned all kinds of things that I didn't know before, or I want to be a certain type of personality as I get out here, and then you will approach your studies totally differently, because you're not studying for just one exam and 80 points or something like that, but really you're studying to learn something.
Yeah, you're studying for life, basically.
Yep.
Now, thank you very much. Let's come to our most exciting questions, the rapid fire questions. Now, just one word answer now. Are you ready?
Ready.
Hot dogs or Bratwurst?
Bratwurst.
Fußball or football?
Fußball.
That's a correct answer. Manhattan or Manhattan?
Manhattan.
Better be. Joggers or jeans?
Jeans.
Okay. Coffee or tea?
Coffee.
Netflix or Amazon Prime?
Neither.
Neither? Okay. Now, for our friends...
Video.
That was a good one. Now, for our friends, fans out there, the most important questions. Monica or Rachel?
I'll say Gunther.
That is the only correct answer here. Now, thank you very much, Robert, for taking the time to do this interview with me. And I am sure we are going to see each other probably in the lounge again.
Cool. Great, Billy. Thank you.